All right, guys, what's going on? Hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a good weekend. Um, so, again, uh, we're going to talk about the Summer Wells case and what's been on my mind with it. So, in this uh, video, wow, there's a lot to talk about, guys. A lot to talk about. I'm just going to talk about it. A lot of it's got to do with a little bit of everything: domestic violence, abuse, I don't know, laziness, not holding people accountable. It's just going to cover, this Summer Wells video is going to cover a wide range of stuff here. So I'm sure I could probably end up doing like six separate videos on this, but I'm just going to put it all into one because that's what's been on my mind. Um, so, what I was thinking about today, along, with the Summer Wells case and all these other cases, not every one of them, but a lot of them, a lot of the missing kid cases, they seem to have abuse and they seem to have abuse involved, before they go missing. And some of them actually have, the mother go missing, and also the child. So that's kind of something that I didn't want to leave out either. Is there are cases, unfortunately, a lot of them where the mother ends up going missing along with the child, and in those cases, it's just a double tragedy. It's bad enough, you have a child that has fell victim to, these people, but the mother too. These are just some, deranged people out there. Someone told me one day, it's like, people try to make excuses for these, people that do these horrific acts. And, what happened to just being plain crazy? What happened to just being plain crazy? Man, that may be, just simply put, what a lot of these are, maybe some demonic monsters too, but yeah, guys, what happened to just plain crazy? You don't have to come up with no this, no that, no scientific terms, no, what happened to just plain crazy? Anyway, now that I've got that out of the way, that's what was on my mind. I was thinking about that today. I thought, man, there's a lot of moms also that end up missing along with their kids in these abuse / homicide cases. So, next thing I want to talk about is are people in their positions just for the pay and the benefits? And the reason why I say that is, TBI is hiring. I just got through doing a video. If you want to go back and watch it, you can. I think it's one or two videos back. Matter of fact, if you want to watch a bunch of my videos to help the channel out, you can do that. But I noticed when TBI was hiring, they stressed that, they've increased their pay, they've got an awesome benefits package, yada yada this, yada yada that, and I'm sitting there thinking, you're pulling in prospects, you're pulling in future employment prospects based off pay and benefits, right? Now, if I was, like a hiring professional or something like that, if I was in charge of the hiring for TBI, um, the one thing I would put on there for hiring is if you have a passion for, you know, investigations, if you have a passion for criminal justice, if you have a passion for, um, you know, solving puzzles, if you're good at, if you have an interest in that, um, do you like solving things? I would first talk about people's passion for the work before I talk about maybe someone's passion for paying benefits, because I don't want you in here for the money and the benefits, and then you get these complicated cases and you're like, I don't get paid enough for this, right? Or you're like, you put it on the back burner. Oh well, after I retire, maybe someone will pick it up, and maybe someone else will pick it up and try to solve it after I retire. you know, I think the TBI is going about hiring. There's just, God, there's a lot of stuff with the TBI I do not like right now. And not to say that everybody up there is bad. It's just, I feel like, since the Holly Bobo case, I feel like the TBI has a bad image. And that may be one of the reasons why nobody wants to work for them. They done some pretty bad things to these people that tried to help out with the case, like private investigators and people like that. And they were even rude to the guy that found Holly Bobo's skull. Well, you ain't nobody's supposed to be looking for her, is what apparently the TBI agent said to the guy that found her. Well, nobody's supposed to be looking for her. And the guy's like, well, if it was your daughter, wouldn't you be thankful somebody found her? So there's, I think there's a lot of bad publicity that TBI has gotten since the Holly Bobo case, and it's well deserved. It's well deserved. I mean, you don't treat someone that finds a body like that. You thank them. You don't jump their shit because they're not supposed to be looking for her. You know what I mean? Actually, you just done everybody in the family a favor. I would be really thanking the guy, not jumping his shit. But TBI apparently was rude with him and jumped his shit. And then the people that, ended up getting the main suspects, and put all that attention out there and everything, they went after her to try to shut her up. It's kind of like TBI just wanted the Holly Bobo case to disappear. And anyway, they had to admit a lot of wrongdoing on the stand during trial. I think the Holly Bobo case really gave the TBI a bad image in the state of Tennessee. And on top of that, now they're trying to hire, and instead of focusing on people with a passion to solve cases and a passion for criminal justice, it sounds like they're looking for people with a passion for a paycheck and a passion for benefits. That's what it sounds like to me. You can't do that, guys. You can't do that. Not in this day and age, and not in this field. You know what I mean? Not in this field. And in most fields, you kind of want people to have a passion for what they do, especially, if you agree to pay them a good wage, you want them to care about the work that they do. You want them, this and that, whether it be an electrician, home builder, surgeon. I mean, what you don't want a surgeon and pay him, $300,000 a year and them not give a shit. You know, you want someone that knows what they're doing, likes what they're doing, has a passion for it, and truly wants to help people. You don't want people there just for a paycheck and benefits. And I think that's the image TBI is given in their hiring process and on the stuff that they're putting out trying to hire. I don't know where they're getting these people from, but yeah, they're going to get people in there that want a paycheck and benefits, not to solve cases. That's my opinion, guys. That's my opinion. And the other thing I want to talk about is, you know, is that what happened with Hawkins County Department of Children's Services? Seems like there were multiple complaints made on the wells. And sounds like Hawkins County Department of Children's Services dropped the ball. Is that because they were there for the money and the benefits, and they're like, you know, I mean, we all know the Department of Children's Services. Their caseload's ridiculous anyway. So, I mean, if you get people in there for the money and the benefits, and they get these high caseloads, yeah, that's not going to work out. And yeah, the ball's going to get dropped in multiple cases, I believe. And unfortunately, if that happens, you could have tragedies. So I wonder if the passion for a paycheck and benefits I wonder if it plays a role in the Hawkins County Department of Children's Services too, and the case with the wells. Now on to the district attorney. I wonder now if the district attorney has had enough evidence to prosecute, but is refusing to. And you're like, Don, what do you mean? He got enough evidence to prosecute, but he's refusing to. Hear me out. I've done some research, and in my opinion, the guy seems kind of lazy. And again, we don't know. With all the corruption and everything going on, how do we know what he's got and what he don't have? You know what I mean? What if he has enough to prosecute? They had enough to arrest Don and Candace, obviously, because they pulled the kids out of the house. And, CPS doesn't do that like every day to every case, I think when you pull kids out of a house like they did, you should have enough there for a prosecution. But did it happen? No. See, everything falls back on the DA. We had, the kids pulled out of the house. The DA didn't, there's not been any arrest or prosecution from the DA on that. So it makes me wonder, in the Summer Wells case, could there be enough evidence that we don't know about that he does, but he's just not willing to prosecute? Now, they went quiet. We're going up on 3 years now, guys. 3 freaking years. 2 years. Going on 2 years now. Everybody's, from law enforcement, TBI, the DA, everybody, local, the Hawkins County Sheriff's Department, everybody's been quiet. There's no transparency, no nothing. Is there enough evidence there and they're just keeping it hush-hush because they just don't want to prosecute? Which, again, gives the people that done whatever this summer, gives them a free pass. So, yeah, I agree. The father, I can't remember her name now, but she was a missing girl, and her dad said, if you do anything, This is what they told Holly Bobo's parents, a family. If you do anything, make sure you keep this in the news, keep it in the headlines. Don't let it go away. Don't let them sweep it under the rug. Keep it front and center if you do anything. And I think that's what we need to do here. I think it's what we've been doing here. Now, I'm not getting involved in these, petty YouTube arguments and this and that with other creators. Yeah, that's just stupid. I ain't getting involved in that crap. But I want to keep Summer's name out there. We want to keep Summer's name out there. Keep the pressure on law enforcement. Keep the pressure on who's ever responsible for seeing justice in the case, right? Because like I said, we don't know if the DA has enough to prosecute and is just being lazy and not doing it and giving them a free pass. Again, in my opinion, they had enough pulling the kids out of the house to make an arrest and prosecute them for what if it was abuse, neglect, both. Nothing. Even Don Wells even questioned it. Why no charges? Why pull our kids out of the house like you did and not charge us with anything? I mean, is Dan Armstrong, is the DA's office that damn lazy? Let me know what you think, guys. Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring to you tonight. So I hope you enjoyed it. I know this one's going to have you commenting like crazy. So hey, drop the comments. Let me know what you think about everything I said. It's a lot to process. And also think about I didn't want to think about it in the beginning of the case, the corruption word, but I think it's corruption or laziness. I don't know which one. Maybe both. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think, and I'll see you guys on the next video. All right, thanks for tuning in.